What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing some beginner friendly tips and tricks for iPhone users. We're on iOS 15 here. So these are for people who might have switched to iPhone from Android, or maybe you just want to know some tips to be able to use your phone a little bit better here. So one tip that I always like to show people is actually Assistive Touch. I think it's a really cool feature, especially for people who really hate the gestures and want sort of like the old school home button back. So this is not quite like a physical home button, obviously, but it's pretty close, and it also adds a lot of functionality to your device. So we're going to go to settings, we're going to scroll down, go to accessibility, and then we're going to go to touch, and then you'll see Assistive Touch. We're going to go ahead and turn that on. Now there are settings in here that you can mess with, but we're going to keep this very simple here. So now what you're going to see is a little bubble that pops up on your screen. I can move it around. Also, if I tap it, you can see it brings up a ton of settings that I can get to, but the main thing people like to use it for is to just go simply the home button. So if you want something, something like a virtual home button, this is kind of close to it, right? You also can get to Siri from here. You also can get to your control center, notification panel as well. And then device, we can actually lock the screen, volume up, volume down from here, mute. We can take a screenshot from here as well too. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here that we can do just from that one little button here, and then we can add a custom button here as well to the double tap long press. So you can sort of play with that and see which one that you want. But definitely, if you just want this button not only for a virtual home button, but also just all the functionality that it adds as well too, definitely turn Assistive Touch on. Alright, so if you ever find that your battery life on your iPhone is sort of draining really fast, then you definitely want to check your battery health to see if you need your battery replaced. So how we're going to do that is we're actually going to go to settings, we're going to scroll down, click battery, and then click battery health. As you can see, maximum capacity is at 100, so this is a pretty much a new phone here. Now if you're on an older iPhone, your battery health, I would say anything below 80 is not good, so you probably want to change it out if it's below 80. That's just my recommendation. Just seeing the older phones that I've had below 80, they usually just kind of die pretty quickly. And also, just a heads up for people who buy new iPhones, if your iPhone is new and it does not have 100% battery health, I would take it back immediately, or refund it or exchange the battery, because that means there's something actually wrong with the battery. All new iPhones should have 100% battery health. Alright, so next I want to show you guys a cool little keyboard trick here. So when you're typing something, and let's say type Matthews Tech, and I want to put an exclamation mark, I hit this right here, right? And I put the exclamation mark. But let me show you guys something really cool here. So we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to hold the 1, 2, 3 button right here. And then we're going to, just drag our finger and hit the exclamation mark. And look, we popped right back to the keyboard. Now you guys are saying, well, what just happened here? The difference is that when I did it like this, right, it keeps me on this keyboard layout. But when I did it like this, it brought me right back to the standard one. So that's a quick little typing tip for you guys. It does, once you get used to it, it does make the overall typing experience a lot better. Alright, so the next one is moving applications. So let's say I want to move my wallet to like the end page here. I'm going to hold that edit home screen. Most people do it like this, right? They drag it all the way over there. Let's say you have a ton of pages, right? That just took forever, right? So this is the faster way to do it. So we're going to hold edit screen, hold it, swipe with our other finger. Now look how fast. So if I have a lot of pages, look how fast I just got there compared to me just dragging it, and it's such a hassle doing it that way. So do it that way if you have a ton of pages and stuff like that. Man, it's just so much more efficient to do it that way. Alright, so next is going to be moving multiple applications here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to long press, edit home screen, hold. Now look at this. I'm going to tap the apps that I want to move. Look at that. 6 applications is showing me, right? So do it again. Boom, 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 boom. Drag it over here. Boom, and it just put them all over here. How cool is that? So if you're trying to set your iPhone up, don't drag them one by one. Go ahead and grab them all and do it like that. It's a much faster way to do that. Alright, so next is a multitasking tip. So we're going to swipe up and hold. So most people, they swipe up one by one to get rid of applications, but you can actually use the multi-touch and just swipe up 3 at a time. It's so much faster. So it's it's just a quicker way. Apple really needs like a close all button like Android, but as you guys can see, most people, they'll do it like that. But if I got like 3 applications open, I just swipe them up, all off the screen at once. All right, so I'm going to show you another cool tip called back tap. So we're going to head to settings. We're going to go back to accessibility, touch, scroll all the way down. We're going to see something called back tap. We're going to go ahead and turn that on. So we have an option to double tap or triple tap. So we're going to do the double tap. And we have all these options that we can choose to do. So let's say I want my double tap to, I don't know, lock the screen. So as you guys can see, you double tap on the back, pretty much like close to the Apple logo, pretty much. And it'll go ahead and you just lock the phone, right? And I can go ahead and set that up, for, all the stuff that Apple has in here. So you just choose. You can do the double tap, and you can also enable the triple tap as well. So you have those 2 options. So go in there, play with it. Very easy. Again, boom, lock the phone instead of, hitting the power button. So that's just a cool little tip for you guys. Also a little cool tip that most Android users have. So usually in Android, I can type in like a name up here and it'll show, like if I want to type in mom, you could, just type it in and then it'll show up. It just gives you like a quick way to get to your contacts, especially if you have a lot of contacts. So the quickest way to do that on iOS, and this is something a lot of people don't take advantage of, is you swipe down and I just type in mom and you can see it pops up right there. So I can just call or text from right there. Also, another way you can do it is, honestly, you could just go to Siri, right? And you could just say call mom and it'll call mom.
Did you mean mom? No
so
problem. You
have those 2 ways to get to your contacts, in a faster way instead of just going to your contacts, scrolling and doing all that stuff, right? All right, here's a really cool tip for people who, like to use their headphones, earbuds a lot. If you get like, those loud notification sounds, here is how you're going to save your hearing. So we're going to go to settings again, sound and haptics. And there's something called Headphone Safety here. We're actually going to go ahead and turn that on. So you can just read what it does. Your iPhone can analyze headphone audio and reduce any sound that is over the decibel level here. So it'll go ahead. We can do 95, 100 decibels, but I recommend just keep it like at the standard that it has. This will save you a headache, honestly. All right, so this last tip is a very simple one. We're going to head to our calculator application. And I really like this tip because in iOS, right, if you're calculating something, it doesn't give you an option to like individually delete each number. It's just a cancel button, right? So how we do that in iOS is we actually just swipe, from left to right. And it makes the numbers go away. So that's how you do that for individual numbers. And I tried to look and see, but even in landscape, there's still nothing to be able to delete numbers individually. So that's just a little quick tip for you guys. So try to keep this beginner friendly. So thanks for watching. Be sure to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.